Good morning, everybody. I hope we're all well. Just waiting for some people to come on. My slides are working, guys. So I know there's a few of you coming on. I hope you can hear me okay. So I just thought what I would do was people are coming on and I'm not going through my slides at the moment, just going to wait for a few more people to join because it's just 11 o'clock. We have brought this training forward because obviously we have Father's Day coming up, and because Father's Day is coming up, we thought it would be a good idea to share the information about men's skincare, and this is going to give you plenty of time to be able to get your gifts for your fathers, your grandfathers, etc., and obviously pass the information on to others. But what I'm going to do with the training today, I'm going to give you more of a rounded, more in-depth training, not just specifically to do with Father's Day. I thought it'd be quite nice to share information about skin, understanding a little bit more about skin, but also on top of that, a little bit of a difference to see how the market is, the difference between men's skin and women's skin, because there are a few differences. And like everything else, it's a really good idea that we can tailor make and look at people as individuals. So what I'm going to do is we have some people on. So I'm going to start off by just clicking my slides. And I've got the questions open. What I always like to do with all of these is make sure that we get all the questions answered. So you might think of some questions as we're going through, just write down your questions, and then what I'll do is I'll make sure that I will get back to you, even if I can't answer them while we're on today. I'll get back and get them answered to you direct your email. Okay, so for those of you that don't know who I am, my name is Louise Riley, and as you can see on the screen, I am an advisory board member for the UK, Ireland and Iceland, but also on top of that, I have my business alongside my husband Ashley, and we are soaring managers, and we have been with the company now for 25 years. In fact, we celebrated 25 years just a few weeks ago, actually. And we have really enjoyed our journey. We continue to build our business now, but I have been an advisory board member with the company since 1998. I've been training since 1998. So of course there is part of what I do that is to do with the business and then also the products. So that's a little bit about me. Let's get straight on to the information that I'm going to be sharing with you today. So I thought what would be quite useful is to start off by giving you just a little bit of an understanding about what's going on in the marketplace today. So here's a few stats. These are fairly up-to-date stats, and you can see that first of all, it says that men's grooming has a total market, a total market that even if you think that it looks like it's a modest growth, what we want to do is just like delve a little bit deeper into that and see what is actually happening. And we can see that there is an increase, especially for British men, on products around things like cleansers and moisturizers and even facial masks. Sales of male skincare grew by 7.4%. And when we actually think about that particular area, you think, well, okay, what kind of things are people wanting to buy into? What is it all about? 46% of men want their grooming routines to be clean. So if we actually look at that, the products that they're going to be putting onto their skin, they want them to come from natural ingredients. We don't want them to be synthetic. but also that's from a personal point of view, but also clean for the environment. One of the things that is really important is that, generally speaking, men use less products than women for their skincare or their overall cleaning or male grooming, you might say. But even though they use less, that one of the things is that if there are benefits from those particular products, then that's when loyalty can start to begin. So we might start by introducing 1 or 2 products, but once those 1 or 2 products have really started to become their favorites, then we can start to expand out and share other products as well. As I said, what's quite an interesting thing to look at is the difference between men's skin and women's skin. And a lot of people don't realise that there is an actual difference. And this is actually down to, I've got a diagram I'm going to put up for you anyway, but there's a difference in the actual structure of the skin. Now, just like women, men want their skin to feel and look really healthy. But of course, it's sometimes really important to actually look at the skin as male skin rather than just lumping it together and saying skin in general. Because let's have a look at a few different things. First of all, the thickness of the skin. Male skin on average is 20% thicker than female skin, and it actually contains more collagen. So collagen is one of the protein fibers that you have in your skin. And what happens with collagen as we start to age, in fact, the aging process, believe it or not, can actually start in your 20s. Not that you really see that going on. And because there is more collagen in men's skin, generally speaking, the skin will appear to be kind of a tighter, firmer in appearance. But what starts to happen when it comes to the aging of the skin, then the collagen starts to break down, but it starts to age at a consistent rate. Whereas in female skin, you will start to have an accelerated rate in the aging process or how it appears in the skin, especially in our later years, you might say. So the other important thing is these sebaceous glands. Sebaceous glands are actually attached to in the same areas of your hair follicle. And what the sebaceous gland does, it is going to produce this oil, and this oil is called sebum. In fact, twice as much of this oil is produced from the sebaceous glands in male skin compared to female skin. There are twice as many sebaceous glands, and also the pores of male skin are also larger. Because there's more oil content on the surface of men's skin, then the skin can appear shinier, and also the pH of the skin is slightly different as well. So that's just a few things to have a look at just overall when we're looking at male skin. So I just thought it'd be quite nice for you to have a diagram just to see the difference between male and female. And I would imagine from just looking at this, you can see straight away that the biggest difference that you've got is around the collagen. Can you see how it's more crisscrossy there? But I'm going to start at the top, and just to give you a bit of an overview, you might say, is that when we look at the epidermis, so that's the top layer of the skin, and that's the bit that we see. That is about, in thickness, just so you know, it's 0.1 millimeter. So this is what we see here. And all the layers of the skin have their own different roles. So the epidermis is kind of the layers that we see at the top, but where a lot of activity takes place is actually in the dermis, okay? So our dermis, we also have our fat cells, we have our connective tissue, but I just wanted to give you a little bit of an idea to see a slight difference there. Skincare, what is the importance about skincare? Well, I'm going to strip it right back down to basics. And that when you imagine that the surface of our skin hosts more than 500 species of bacteria. You might think, oh my gosh, but bacteria is something that is our first area for protection for immune defense. Okay, so we don't want to disturb the balance of this very important bacteria that we get on the surface of our skin. So the protective barrier that we have, and we don't want to upset the balance, as I said, we're going to have a look at that at the pH. That is to protect our body from the outside world, but also to protect it from the inside as well. And the whole idea of our skin is really to support and give optimal pH balance as a natural defense. Now, as I said, the pH balance of our skin is very important. And I'm going to talk about, first of all, what we have on the surface of our skin, which is called our acid mantle. So the acid mantle is really the barrier that we're talking about. So when we have a look at the acid mantle, as I said, this is really important to keep it in balance, because this is the barrier that's going to protect us from things like bacteria and other contaminants that we don't want to get into our skin. But depending on what you put on the surface of your skin can actually change the balance of your pH, and this can be down to very harsh cleansers, and some of these cleansers can be quite alkaline. The other important thing is that through excessive environmental exposure, that can also cause a challenge as well. So if we have a look at this particular area of the acidic to alkaline, and this is known as our pH scale, and if we first of all look at 7, so 7 is classed as being neutral on the pH scale. Let's just have a look at going down to the acidic side, that when you have a look at the natural pH of healthy skin is 5.5. It can vary slightly, as I said, for male skin, it can be slightly more acidic, okay? So it can just be a little bit lower than that. But generally on average, it's 5.5. So we call human skin as being mildly acidic. What's quite interesting to know, that aloe has the same pH as human skin, okay? So if we were to look at the aloe activator, for example, which is probably our topical product, that is the product that has the most amount of aloe in without other ingredients. So that is one of the products that I would suggest as my neutral aloe product, which I'll come back to explain that in a little while. Now, we said about using harsh products on your skin. And if we just swap it right over now to look at the alkaline section, you can see there we've got conventional soap. So conventional soaps, they are quite harsh alkalines, okay? And if you put alkaline onto acidic skin, you will notice that very, very quickly, because that's when your skin starts to feel a little bit taut. In fact, it starts to feel drier, okay? The other important thing to know is that when you move from, say, 7 to 8, 8 to 9, 9 to 10, it is 10 times stronger. So you can have a pH of 7.1, 7.2, etc. So one of the most important things is that we don't want to use strong alkalines on our skin, because they could be classed in that aggressive cleanser category. Now you can also see on that slide, it says lemon. So why have I put lemon on there? Because lemon has an acidic value of approximately 2.3. And sometimes when you put something on your skin that is more acidic, it can change the consistency or the stickiness of the surface of the skin. Now that is also important, because our surface is sticky, our acid mantle is made to be sticky, because it's a way of, you might say, catching stuff to stop it kind of getting into the skin. But the challenge with that, sometimes if we're not looking after our skin, is that we can have a build-up of things that can collect in this stickiness. Dead skin cells as an example, dirt, grime and debris. So sometimes what you find in some products are what we call AHAs, or hydroxyfruitic acids. And when you put those onto the surface of the skin, they will gently change the pH of the skin. And that then means if there's anything that is stuck to the surface of the skin, it could be easier to remove those from the skin. So you find those in certain products which are, as I say, AHAs, and we actually find those in one of our products called the R3 factor. So the R3 factor is a fabulous product that you can use to put onto your skin when you want to change, you may say, the consistency of that acid mantle to help to remove anything that's stuck to it. So other things that you will find which are known as AHAs, not just lemon, but anything from citrus. You also have things like malic acid, which comes from apples. You have lactic acid, which comes from fermented milk. You also have glycolic acid, which comes from sugarcane. So you will notice those ingredients are in the R3 factor. So that is known as a very gentle exfoliator. So it's not a scrub-like exfoliator, but it can gently change the pH, so it's easier for anything that is stuck to the skin to come off. So I just wanted to explain that to you, how you can actually change the pH of the skin. But generally speaking, and this is as a generalization now for skin, is that if your skin is more oily, what would you put on your skin? If your skin is more dry, what would you put on your skin? Now, I'm talking about your skin now, not just what's on your face, but all over your body. So the first thing I'm going to do is just mention, as you can see, that on both sections, I have put in the aloe hand soap. Now, the aloe hand soap is an amazing product that is multi-purpose. It's a multi-purpose cleanser. So this is the product that I would recommend that people very, very simply can use for using in their bath. They can use it as a shower product. They can use it as a gentle cleanser for their hands and their face. So this is the base multi-purpose product for all of your skin. You can also even wash your hair with it if you want to. So it's a great product, and obviously we have specific products for all these different areas, but sometimes if people are asking, what can I use as a very simple general multi-purpose product, so that is the product that I would use that is suitable for everybody's skin. So that's why I put that there. But then if we want to deal with skin that is a little bit oilier, and I'm not putting in any age here, because our skin can be oily through different stages of our life. But generally speaking, if you think your skin is oilier, then you could use the refining gel cleanser from the Sonia range. And obviously that is for men as well as women, okay? So this is just as a general thing now for skin. The aloe avocado face and body soap. This product I would also suggest for oilier skin. That is because it is a soap-based product, so it is very mildly alkaline, okay? So that is something that I would do just to kind of swap, you might say, the pendulum a little bit more over from it being, the skin being too oily. So you're kind of you want to kind of dry it out slightly, if that makes sense, without it drying the skin. Now, on the other side, if your skin feels drier, then you want to use something that has more conditioning ingredients in it. So if the skin is dry, and I'm talking about the face now, obviously, then I would suggest using the Infinite Cleanser. Once again, we are not putting it in any specific ages. This is a generalization for drier skin. So keeping it really, really simple. To cleanse the skin if it's oilier, then I would go for the gel cleanser. To cleanse the skin, if it is drier, I would go for the Infinite, okay? And as a general multi-purpose body wash, then we have the hand soap, okay? So I want to just kind of put that in place before we move on. Okay, I thought it'd be quite nice to kind of go back to what starts to happen to our skin and what kind of things do we see changing in our skin as we start to go through different chapters in our life, you might say. So one of the first things that we start to notice, both in men and women, is when we are hitting puberty. So hormones are responsible for the development of those sebaceous glands. And what they also do is the hormones, especially testosterone, is going to start to have an effect on how much sebum is produced. Okay, so remember that's the oil that is produced from our sebaceous glands. So that's one of the things that you will start to notice, that your skin can become oilier. Now, as far as men go, remember that generally speaking, their skin will appear oilier. So guys, your skin will appear oilier because you have more sebaceous glands, which means you have more oil. The other thing that you will notice is that because your pores you have more pores, they are also bigger. And because you have more pores and they're bigger, then it is easier for things to get inside your pores. So some of the things that you notice in male skin is, first of all, I'm going to talk about hair follicles. So remember, the hair follicle and our pores, what can start to happen there is that if you have black skin or Asian skin, your hair tends to grow more curly, so it's easier for the hair to loop back in to a neighbouring pore or follicle. So with that, we call it ingrowing hairs, or sometimes you call it razor bumps or shaver bumps. And often you can find that people who have darker skin will tend to get more ingrowing hairs, especially around on the neck area. So when you have a guy that is starting to go through puberty, this is one of the things that you might say you need to start to address, that it's a really good idea to start to bring in a scrub-like product, because by bringing a scrub-like product, you are massaging the areas to help to bring out the hair from looping back in. So that is important. So remember that your sebaceous glands are always connected to your hair follicles. 70 to 90% of people are actually affected with what you might want to call blemished skin. And this is going to actually give the potential to develop what we know as blackheads or pimples or anything like that. So that is some of the things that can make a big difference to how we are going through with our teenage skin, you might say. So what I've got here is a little bit of a formula for you that I thought would be quite useful, that I would generally recommend for both men and women when the skin is going through those changes. So I hear lots of people giving lots of different ideas, but you know what? Less is more. And when your skin is changing, it is really important not to kind of make it too fussy. So there are two products that I would recommend as my basic regime for teenage skin, okay? Now, the first one you can see on there is Aloe Activator. And Aloe Activator, aloe contains saponins, and remember I said on the previous slide where we had the pH scale that we were talking about Aloe Activator being a little bit neutral, okay? Because aloe has the same pH as human skin. So literally what I would be suggesting is that you could wipe over the skin, okay, with the Aloe Activator. So that would be your basic cleansing product. Okay, literally. Then what you're going to use as more of your moisturizing product, but also it has other goodies in it, is actually the Aloe MSM gel. So you can see both of those products on there. The Aloe Activator is in the blue one, and then you have the Aloe MSM gel is the white with the silver. Now, what I absolutely love about that product is that it contains our aloe and it has this sulfur called MSM, and we have that sulfur also found in our Forever Freedom drink. But the addition of things like rosemary, which is really soothing, bearberry and tea tree oil. But then we have this thing called willow bark. And willow bark is a natural ingredient, and you may have heard of things like aspirin that are a synthetic form of willow bark. So I just thought I'd let you know what willow bark is. So we have these amazing ingredients alongside our aloe. So that's really going to soothe. So literally, those are the two products that I would suggest, especially when teenage skin. Now remember, guys, tend to notice this happens 70 to 95% of people might start to see a few challenges with their skin as their skin is changing. It's keeping it really, really simple. Now, the other thing that you can introduce is there's two other products. So I want to go down to the scrub. What we have with the scrub, and you can see that on the screen there, it is the green one. What this has tiny microspheres of jojoba beads. Now, once again, we don't have any plastics or anything in our products. So we, once again, remember what I said about people caring about the environment. So literally what the jojoba is going to do, that it's going to gently roll over the surface of the skin. And the best way to use a scrub like product or an exfoliator is not to overuse it. So don't be tempted to use this product on your face every day, okay? You're going to learn today that men's skin is sensitive. A scrub should not be used every day on man's skin. So what you're going to do is use the scrub in the areas of congestion. So that could be maybe around the chin area, around the nose area. So where we see they're kind of like, we could get blackheads, or also just concentrate on those areas where you might get ingrowing hairs, because we want to keep the skin nice and healthy. So these are the areas that you can use that on. Now, the scrub can be used on the body every day, okay, because the skin on our face is thinner, it needs to be treated with a little bit more care than on our body. So you can use the scrub on your body every day, but on your face, we don't really want to use scrubs more than 2 to 3 times a week. So you might want to get into the habit of using a scrub every other day or every 2 to 3 days, okay? That is the important thing, is not to overuse it. Now, I want to talk about the marine mask. I absolutely love the marine mask. This is our kind of like clay-based mask, and this is fantastic because clay is a really good base product that you can use, especially if skin is a little bit oily. Okay, so what we have with this, we have rosemary again, which is very soothing. We have cucumber that's soothing, honey, and we have algae extract. So this is the marine extract. So this is a ready to go, ready to use face mask. And once again, with face masks, you would probably be using this product maybe two to 3 times a week. Even once a week is better than not using it at all. So to incorporate this into your regime. Now for guys as well, remember, we're not just thinking about the face, so then we're going to concentrate quite a bit on that, but with guys, you also start to get through these teenage years, we can also get congestion and challenges on our back, because we can start to get hair that is starting to grow on our back. So this is a great product that you can also use to put on your back. You can also see on there that you can use it on your feet and your hands as well. So it's a really great product that you can use if you feel you want to give your hands and feet a little bit of a treat. So hey, you know, male grooming, female skincare, we all can do with a bit of pampering. So I just want to tell you a little bit about how you could, like, little pampering regime that you could do at home. So the first thing that I would do is, if you want to look after your feet, you get some nice warm water, you put in the hand soap, and you wash your feet a little bit. You take your feet out, and then you give them a little bit of a scrub with the aloe scrub, and then you soak your feet for a little bit longer. Okay, so then you take your feet out, and then what you do is you take the marine mask and you put the marine mask all over your feet. And then what you do is you cover your feet with cling film, wrap your feet in a nice warm towel, and relax. Okay, and leave that for probably around about half an hour or longer, and then rinse off the face mask, and then you can massage into your feet propolis cream. And that is a really lovely way to give yourself a little bit of self-care, especially now where we've got some time on our hands. Okay, so that is both for men and women to do that. You can do exactly the same thing on your hands as well. So I thought I'd just share that with you. Okay, so that's just a few ideas around what to do on the outside. So what about the inside? What about nutritional support? Well, please remember that we have, when we're going through changes in our skin, it is kind of hormone generated. So what we can do is we can support our skin from the inside out. And we have our aloe vera drinking gel. Now, literally for your skin, you can drink any of the aloe veras. Yeah, it's all down to your preference on taste. So the aloe vera gel you can see on here, this is our plain gel. And this to me tastes a little bit like sharp grapefruit. You may decide that you prefer something a little bit fruitier, so you'll go with the aloe berry nectar. Or if you want to have something that's quite sweet, you go with the aloe peaches. So it is literally down to your own preference on which one you want to drink to support your skin. And obviously, if you want to drink the Forever Freedom, you can also drink that one as well. But obviously that does have the benefit of having glucosamine, chondroitin, and that MSM we've already spoken about. And these are sulfurs, and glucosamine and chondroitin are sulfurs that are found in normal healthy joints. So it is down to you which one you want to drink. Now, one of the things that is important is to support our skin from the inside, as I said, by drinking, if we're drinking the aloe, and then supporting our digestive system and our gut health, because from our gut that can reflect on lots of things around our body. So the two that I would recommend specifically together would be the aloe vera drinking gel and the Forever Active Pro B. So that means every single day you're going to be putting into your body some healthy bacteria to support your microbiome. Okay, which is your good bacteria within your body. So that is something that I would definitely recommend. The Vitalize for men. A lot of people will say to me, when would you start suggesting having this product? Well, you know, with young adults, this is definitely a great product that you can start to take. And of course, with this particular product, it has been specifically designed for men to take to support men's health. So these are the three products that I would definitely suggest as that kind of nutritional support for your health and well-being, and especially if you're focusing on your skin health. Okay, shaving. I'll give you a few stats here. So first of all, yeah, younger men are more likely to grow facial hair. But then if we look at people, older men, 45% of older men will shave on a daily basis. Did you know that the average man in a lifetime would do 16,000 shaves. Okay, now one of the interesting things, as I said, that men's skin is actually, you might say, can get more irritated and needs to be cared for in a different way to women's skin. So you can't say men's skin is tougher, because I want you to think about this for a moment, that when you shave, you are going to be causing some irritation to the surface of your skin. It can have an effect if you're using products that are quite harsh, foaming products there for shaving. It can be quite drying to the skin. It can affect your pH and your acid mantle. You can remove some of the skin cells from the surface of your skin, so it can then expose immature skin cells. So, you know, we have to really understand that when we're shaving, it can upset the normal balance of the skin, okay? So that is really important to understand, that regular shaving can definitely make the skin feel and be more stressed. Another thing is that if people are shaving and they are using razor blades that are blunt, and also, as I said, that if you're using products on your face that are quite in alkaline, they're quite strong alkaline products, or even not putting enough product on the skin, so the razor is going to glide over the top. And of course, we know that can happen when we start to get razor burn, we start to get little nicks on the skin and things like that. So we really do need to look after the skin. So I'm going to share with you a few ideas on what I would suggest as some great products that can be used for general skincare, and then also incorporate it into a shaving regime. So let me just move on for you. So I've got a couple of products on here that I have 5 children, and out of my 5 children, I have four guys, and I also have Ashley in my life as well. So I have 5 guys in my house, and of course, as you can, or had, because a lot of them have left home now, we've only got 1 left. As you can imagine, through a period of time, I have seen the products that my guys use, and as you can imagine, if you came to my home, it would have aloe products, forever aloe products, absolutely everywhere. If you were to cut my head off, and you would see aloe vera written all the way through, forever aloe vera all the way through, like a stick of rock. And that's exactly the same with the boys in my life. So these are obviously getting feedback and sharing ideas, that they still absolutely love the hand soap. So they will shave with the hand soap, okay? The great thing about this product, as I said, it is a multi-purpose product, and what you can do with this product as well, if you're somebody that likes to shave while you're in the shower, it's a great product that you can literally be using while you're showering. You can use it as your body wash. So as I said, it's a really simple, easy product that you can use. And you can see it contains like cucumber again, which is very, very gentle and soothing on your skin. If you want to, you can use the alpha E factor. Now, the alpha E factor acts a little bit like a shaving oil. And what you can do with that, it's a little product that is a perfect oil that you can take out and about with you. When we get back into the outside world, and maybe you want to pop that into your gym bag, or you're going away for a weekend and you just literally want to have a small product that you can use as a shaving oil, absolutely perfect for that. The other thing about the alpha E factor is that if you're a guy that also not just shaves in the morning, but feels you want to just have a little bit of a tidy up in the evening, you can literally use that product over your skin for your evening shave. So that is an absolutely great product that you can use. Now, obviously, if you want to, you can also use the Sonia cleanser. So that is from our Sonia range. I'm just giving you a bit of an idea of what I find that the guys in my life have used for so many years and absolutely adore the products. So the next thing is, can you remember we spoke about using an exfoliator? Now, what I love about this particular exfoliator, which has come from our Target range, this is a 3-in-1 product. I like to call this, I don't know, the Rolls Royce of all exfoliators, but this one is specifically the product that you would use on your face. Now, obviously, someone's asked the question about the foot scrub. Yeah, so what I would use as a foot scrub, I would use the aloe scrub that I've already mentioned, the one that's the green one. You could use this one if you wanted to on your feet, but generally speaking, I think the green scrub, the aloe scrub, is your multi-purpose all over your body, your face as well if you wanted. But this particular one I'm sharing with you now, this smoothing exfoliator, is the one that has it has like 3 actions going on. So let me explain. We have the jojoba beads that are going to do kind of the action where we're going over our skin, like a rolling action, a gentle rolling action. And then what we have sustainably sourced. Remember, once again, people are looking for products that contain ingredients that are kind to the environment. So sustainably sourced bamboo. And what that acts is like a sweeping effect. So it's lifting off the skin. And can you remember I spoke about how to make the acid mantle less sticky, and we spoke about lemon as one of those ingredients. Well, when we look at the bromelain that comes from pineapple and the papain that comes from papaya, as well as using with grape juice, these are having an effect to kind of change the stickiness on the surface of the skin. Okay, so what you have really is a 3-in-1 product where you're going to get the jojoba doing the kind of the circular movements, you're getting the bamboo doing the brushing movements, and then you're getting the bromelain and the papain and the grape juice kind of just making the skin less sticky. So you can imagine it's a 3-in-1 product that can obviously remove any congestion, any dead skin cells, and this is going to encourage the new skin cells to come through. Okay, remember as well, this is a perfect product to help to stop getting so many, or reduce down, you might say, ingrowing hair challenges that might happen, especially if the hair is curlier. All right, so the next thing, and same thing with that one, is that using it in shaving is that you would use it 3 times a week. So rather than having to actually use it as a separate product, that you can actually incorporate it into your shaving cleanser product. Okay, so whether you're cleansing or shaving, literally what you can do is you can take, let's say you're using the hand soap, you can take the hand soap, you can put the exfoliator into the hand soap, and then you can massage it over your face. I know, talking to guys, they like to be kind of they don't want to be spending a long time doing lots of little steps. So you can actually combine those two together. Exactly the same thing if you want to use the Sonia cleanser. Obviously, for the ladies, you can do exactly the same thing as well. If you find you want to mix the two together, but kind of alternate, kind of do it like 3 times a week. One thing that I will say that I think is really important is that if you are using the smoothing exfoliator or the aloe scrub on your face, they are exfoliators. It's not a good idea to use the R3 factor on the same day as using the scrub-like exfoliator. The R3 factor contains AHAs and the exfoliators contain jojoba spheres. So there are 2 exfoliators. So that would probably be a little bit too much for your skin. So if you do like using a scrub-like product, such as this one here, or the aloe scrub, then maybe you decide you want to alternate it. So you'd use the R3 factor one day, and then you'd use the smoothing exfoliator the next day. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. As I say, if you've got any questions, want a little bit more clarity, then please just pop it in the box, and I'll try and get through some today, otherwise I will get back to you. Right, so what we're saying is that we have cleansed the face, right? Then if you're cleansing the face, you can also shave with those products as well. All right, so you're either just cleansing or you're cleansing and then shaving with those products. So they're a two-in-one product. It's fantastic. Then once you've cleansed and you've obviously rinsed off the product, then one of my most favorite products of all time is our wonderful balancing toner that comes from our Target range. Now, this particular product contains hyaluronic acid, and I'm going to talk about hyaluronic acid in a little bit more detail soon, but hyaluronic acid, often you will see it as sodium hyaluronate, and this is an ingredient that actually has the ability to attract 1,000 times its own weight in water. So it's a really good ingredient to put into products that we're going to attract moisture into our skin. Now, of course, one of the things that we're doing, especially if we're shaving, we need to make sure that we're keeping our skin nice and balanced, because we can be stressing it, we can be irritating it. So this also has seaweed extract, it has cucumber. But what I would do with this product is I say the same thing for the ladies, exactly the same, is put the toner into your hands and then just let the wonderful hyaluronic acid just get into your skin. Okay, it's amazing. So if you want to put it onto a piece of cotton wool, you can do that if you want to, but I'd rather have the hyaluronic acid in my skin than give it to the piece of cotton wool. But once again, it's your choice. So just literally let your skin drink in the power of hyaluronic acid. So with that, you are also feeling that your skin feels fresh and calm. And then very importantly as well, we want to reduce the appearance of open pores. Remember that male skin has more pores and they appear to be larger. Now, we never want to close our pores because our skin is our third lung, so to speak. It needs to breathe. So we want to, if we can help them to appear to be smaller, but not close them, that is important, okay? So freshing and calming to the skin and reducing the appearance of open pores. Okay, so next one, what could you use as your moisturizer? Well, we have a whole selection of products that you could suggest as a moisturizer. And I think the most important thing is to go with something that you like the feel of, the texture of, the smell of. And that is the great thing, that our products can really mix and match. So I've got the aloe lotion up here. There's a lot of people will use this as their daily moisturizer. We have the moisturizing lotion, which is the purple one. They are soothing and they're calming. We have the jojoba in there, vitamin E, plus collagen and elastin, which are the protein fibers that you find in skin. The difference between the aloe lotion and the moisturizing lotion is preference on the texture and the thickness of the product. Okay, so the aloe lotion is slightly more fluid than the moisturizing lotion. So once again, as I say, it is down to preference. Now, the Gentleman's Pride, what an amazing, amazing smell this is. And what I like about this product, that obviously this can also double up as a really nice fragrance for men's skin. It leaves a lovely, gentle fragrance on the skin without it being too overpowering. So people could use this product rather than using maybe a cologne. We have the rosemary, we have the chamomile in there, a beautiful, beautiful, soothing product that, as I said, the smell is really nice. So it's something that people say will use rather than using maybe a cologne if they don't want to use a cologne on their skin because they're worried about maybe alcohol being quite drying. And then obviously as well, if you want to, you could also use the Sonia Soothing Gel if you wanted to. That's obviously from the range that we've kind of brought through today. Once again, that is preference. And then we have the Awakening Eye Cream. I absolutely love this product. So remember, this isn't a product just for the guys, but I thought I'd pop it in here because it's a great product that literally you can use on your eyelids, underneath your eye area. What is a little bit of a tip for you, that when you are using an eye cream, always apply the eye cream on your ring finger, because your ring finger has less pressure than any other finger that you have. So literally what you're going to do is put a small amount on your ring finger, and then you're going to just gently apply it around the eye area, nice and gentle, not kind of pressing too hard, because the skin around our eye area and our eyelids is thinner than the skin that we have on our face. Is less fat deposits in that area, and that's why that's the bit that seems to go first when we're going through the aging process. But also what is great about this, we have these the ingredients in here are important to reduce the appearance of puffiness, also dark circles, and also the appearance of wrinkles around the eyes. What I love about this product is something that you can, if your eyes are getting tired during the day, why not literally take a little bit and just pop it around your eyes? Especially right now, a lot of people are sitting in front of computer screens a lot longer than normal, so their eyes are getting tired. So it's really soothing just to pop around the eyes even during the day. Another reason to use it around the eyes is we're in the pollen season, and so you might find that just popping it around your eyes is a great product for soothing the eye area. Okay, so those are some of the products that we have right now. But then we have a brand new product that is coming soon. So this brand new product is a hydrating serum, and this product is really taking the place of a product that we had before, which is called the Sonia Serum. But I just want to make this very clear that the Sonia Serum that we had before was a 2-in-1 product, where it was like a serum type product and a moisturizer. Okay, this is not a moisturizer. This is a product that you are going to pair up with your favorite moisturizer. So this product is what you will put underneath your favorite moisturizer. Okay, so that's one of the things to remember. It doesn't have the same consistency, but it has the most amazing smell. So this, from a man's perspective, is a great product to incorporate into your regime, especially if you're a guy that does seem to get irritated or have sensitive skin, especially when you have your shaving regime. So this is one that you would pop underneath your favorite moisturizer, whether you're choosing the Aloe Lotion or the Gentleman's Pride or any of the other ones. So that's what I would be doing. I'd be pairing that up with, say, as an example, the Aloe Lotion. So it's talking about the 4 types of hyaluronic acid. Now, remember, I've already kind of brought this up. I absolutely love hyaluronic acid. So hyaluronic acid is a naturally occurring ingredient component that you get all around your body. Okay, so it's not just found in the skin. We find it around our joints. We find it in our cell membranes. It's an ingredient that is everywhere, but it is in abundance in our skin. And what can happen is the hyaluronic acid that we have in our skin, just like other things in our skin, can start to diminish through time, through aging, etc. But what is great about hyaluronic acid is that hyaluronic acid, as we said, has the ability to attract 1,000 times its own weight in water. But what is also important about hyaluronic acid is that we want it to kind of be at different levels in our skin. So we want it to be able to be, especially if we are giving this a powerful boost of hydration, as it says on the slide. So we want hyaluronic acid to be quite happy being on the surface of the skin, and we want it to go into the deeper layers. Remember, we want it to go further down than just sit on the surface of the skin. And one of the things that we have within the different hyaluronic acid degrees of size, you might say, is that we also want it to be what we call hydrolyzed. And hydrolyzed hyaluronic acid is where we kind of snipped it into tiny, tiny bits, so it has the ability to go further. So this is the most amazing product to really encourage and support the hydration of your skin. So that is the hyaluronic acid. We obviously have aloe in here. So we have aloe plus we have shea butter. So shea butter, I'm sure you've come across shea butter before, but it's an emollient. Now, one of the important things by using an emollient is that we have the hyaluronic acid that is kind of doing its job by attracting the moisture, but then we want the moisturizer to stay in the skin and on the skin. We don't want it to kind of disappear again. So by using an emollient, it's kind of going to keep it in. It's like putting the lid on it, so to speak. So that's why we've added the shea butter. It contains fatty acids and it also contains vitamins. Another ingredient is actually snow mushrooms. Now, snow mushrooms have been in skincare for a while. In fact, some people will compare the benefits of snow mushrooms to hyaluronic acid. So it's often compared to hyaluronic acid. Snow mushrooms also contain a lot of nutrients, phytonutrients, as well as proteins and important lipids. Tamarind. Now, tamarind is something that we have in another product of ours, but in a completely different category. And we know tamarind as Garcinia. But tamarind, we remember we were talking about AHAs. So tamarind also has in that role of AHA. So, you know, if you're looking for a little bit of a lighter, a brighter looking skin, the role of tamarind is there. We also have white tea. White tea is known for its antioxidant properties. And then we have mimosa bark. Mimosa bark is soothing and nourishing to the skin. So we have an absolutely fabulous all-round product here. So it's coming. It's on its way. So as soon as it comes into the country, you need to grab yourself one of those and enjoy the benefits. And then as we're coming to our last few products now, I thought I'd just bring in our biocellulose mask, because often we are thinking about, when we're looking at the mask market, which is really interesting. I've got some stats about the mask market in a moment, but let's just talk about what makes our biocellulose mask so amazing. So, easiest way to think about this biocellulose is actually a selection of fibers, and the fibers are grown from healthy bacteria. So it takes around about 10 days for these fibers to grow. And this easiest way to think about it is, imagine the fibers that you see in a spider's web. So imagine that you have got a spider spinning its web. I want you to imagine these fibers are being spun. They are then collected, and then these fibers are woven into fabric. Another thing to give you the idea of how that works, imagine that you have sheep and they have had their coats removed, they're being shaven, shaved. So they've had their wool removed. And what happens with the wool, then it has to be changed into not just a load of fiber, but into a usable fabric or material to be made into fabric. So it's the same kind of process. I want you to imagine that. It's really, really strong, these fibers, these biocellulose fibers. In fact, when you could see the size of it, it's 1,000 times. Each one of these little fibers is 1,000 times thinner than human hair. And so very, very fine. And because it's so fine, it means that the power of using biocellulose as a mask in comparison to a sheet mask that is made out of paper or any other fabrics that you may see around, is that the biocellulose is so fine that it has the ability to cling to your skin. And if you think about it, it's going to sit on your face. So it becomes like your personal face mask, which is absolutely amazing. So what we do is we take this biocellulose, and then we need to put things into the mask to soak the mask in lots of goodies. So what we actually soak it in, first of all, the fibers themselves actually contain aloe, which is quite amazing, because what happens is the fermentation takes place. We have coconuts and we have coconut water, and then the good bacteria is living there, and then as these microorganisms are actually fed our aloe vera during the whole development stage. So the first thing to think about, all the fibers actually will contain aloe vera. So we're the first company in the world to actually have aloe vera incorporated into the fibers. Okay, like I said, imagine the spider spinning a web. So then what we do, we take this amazing mask and we're going to dip it in lots of goodies, and we dip it in a serum that contains more aloe. It has some wonderful botanicals, and then when you put it onto your face, what will happen, this dual delivery system is that as it goes, you put it onto your face, as it starts to break down, then the aloe from within the fibers will also be released. Okay, so it is the most amazing product that you can use. So men are definitely using more face masks now than ever before. I've got some figures up for you there that you can see. And what is also important is that, as I've already mentioned, that products that are specifically for guys that have facial hair or they have beards, in fact, that particular sector has grown by 17%, and that's according to a company called Cantor. And so when we're starting to look at products, you can literally put the biocellulose mask over a beard. Now, when you think about facial hair and beards, sometimes the skin below the beard and the facial hair can maybe not be the best because it's hidden. So this is a great product to give your skin below your facial hair a little bit of a treat. And then also we have our Alpha E Factor friend again, and this is another product that you can also use to put into your facial hair. So look after your facial hair, and you can add a little bit of the Alpha E Factor into your beard to condition and support. And then as we're coming to the end of the slides, we mustn't forget that also, guys, you can also enjoy our anti-aging skincare system, which is the Infinite by Forever. There's absolutely no reason why you can't use that. The products that I've gone through are what I call my mix and match men's products, basic products, but as you saw as well, they all kind of look good together. They all have blues and whites, so they all work in synergy together as well. But the Infinite range, you can see the little pop down there. This is if you want to also take a supplement to support your skin. This is the supplement that you would take. It contains collagen from marine extract, marine collagen, I should say, coming from fish, and that is really important. We have vitamin C that also supports collagen, biotin, which also supports healthy skin as well. And so this is a product that you can take 2 of these little tablets every day if you want to support your skin. Alongside that, we have a cleanser. If you want to use the Infinite Cleanser, you can shave with the Infinite Cleanser if you want to. You can follow it exactly the same as we did in the previous slides. With this as well, we have the serum. The serum that you have is on a different line to the one that was the targeted serum that I've already mentioned today. But we also do have an infant serum which contains some hyaluronic acid in there, and also what we call these peptide chains. So what's interesting about peptide chains, in fact, peptide chains also are found in your eye cream, your awakening eye cream. So what peptide chains do, which is quite interesting, is that peptide chains come from these amino acids, which are obviously proteins. And what peptide chains do, they're the things that are going to stimulate the production of collagen. And what happens with our peptide chains as we get older, they're not so efficient at doing their job. So what we have in this product is peptide chains that are going to support the production of collagen. So that's how the serum works. It's a fantastic product. And what I like about, you probably noticed that the serum that we have in the Infinite range is silver. And then you have the pot here of the supplement is also silver. The whole idea is that they have been designed to complement each other, okay? So one is working from the outside, that's the serum, and then the supplement is working from the inside. So you're putting collagen into your body, and then you're putting peptide chains on the outside. And the peptide chains like to work alongside collagen. I kind of think it's, imagine kind of like a magnet, how they like to attract each other. So that's why they have been designed to work together. If you don't want to take them both, that's your choice. But I'm always giving people the advice that if you want to get the best results, why don't you try them together? Okay, and then we have a great moisturizer as well that you can also use in the range. I just wanted to keep it more specific for the guys today. And then we mustn't forget that we still need to care for our skin, on our overall body, and the sun is trying to come out. And as we're hitting the summer, that we still need to look after our skin, even if we're outside for a short period of time, because we have our UVAs, which are the aging rays, and the UVBs, which are the burning rays. So we still need to protect our skin. You can pop this onto your face. We also have the protecting day lotion from the Target range that you can pop onto your face, guys. You know what's really interesting? How many of you guys are driving around and you always put your sunglasses on when you are in the car, and you never think of protecting your skin from the rays that are bouncing on windows. So I always suggest that if you are out driving around in the sun, even with your windows up and your roof up, that you put sunscreen on your face on a sunny day. So our aloe, our amazing aloe vera, is the #1 ingredient in here. Then the white ingredient that we have there is a mineral called zinc oxide. And it is nano-sized, which means it is not really, really tiny. So it's nano-sized. We don't want nanoparticles to go into our skin. We want it to sit on the surface of our skin. So this is an advanced coating technology. That is why it is quite white. The power of this product is amazing. But what you need to do is, when you're applying it to your face or your body, is not try to put a huge amount in your hand in one go and blob it on. The idea is to build it up in layers. So it is really, really powerful. It contains vitamin E. It is also water resistant up to 80 minutes. It is a broad spectrum, so it's going to protect you from your aging rays, UVAs, and your burning rays, UVBs. So we have a promotion at the moment. That is an important promotion that you can try. You can get the sunscreen and you can get the biocellulose masks. I know that is still available. I have a final slide that the company's asked me to share some information with you, and that is, we've got some webinars that are coming up very, very soon. In fact, the first one is starting this coming Wednesday. That's the 17th of June. And this is a new starter webinar. And these are going to take place on a monthly basis. And this is going to give an overview to who Forever are in the UK and Ireland, all the basics that you need to know to get your business up and running. And also we have on Saturday, the 20th of June, this coming Saturday, we have our recognition, our UK recognition party. This is going to be broadcast live from our head office, Longbridge Manor. So Bob Parker, our country manager, is going to also have some guests, and we're going to bring some fun straight into your living room. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to spend just 5 minutes answering a few questions, if you bear with me. So okay, let's have a look at some questions that we have. Okay, so first of all, let me see. Okay, so a question here about if you've been in the sun and you have got a little bit of pigmentation that has built up in your skin, what product would we suggest for that? Well, we have the illuminating gel that is from the Sonia range. And what you can do with the illuminating gel, you can put it on those specific areas. We have, it has some really nice botanicals in there and some licorice, so you can put that on to specific areas. And what I will also do is I would use the Sonia gel mask. And the Sonia gel mask is an absolutely amazing product, even though it says 2 to 3 times a week. This is a mask that you actually put on at night time. You can't see the mask. It just looks like, well, it just absorbs it onto your skin, so you can't see. It's not like one of those clay masks where you look like you're wearing a mask. And what I would do with that is I'd put my illuminating gel on, and then I'd put my gel mask over the top, and you can actually put that on every night if you want to. That is the product that I personally use every night before I go to bed. Okay, so that's my nighttime product. It's an amazing product. So the next one, yeah, when you have ingrowing hairs, like I said, it can be the fact of literally we need to make sure that we are using a scrub light product. So you can use your scrub light product, can be the aloe scrub, it can be the Target exfoliator, either those 2 products that you could use for your son. And just make sure that you are not overusing the product. 2 to 3 times a week would be back. The R3 factor and the alpha E factor. Yes, they both contain vitamin A. What I'll do, Nikki, is I will send you, actually no, I can probably answer it on here. So I get this question asked quite a lot. So generally speaking, when it comes, because this is a man slot today, but generally speaking, that women tend to, if they're pregnant, be advised not to use vitamin A on their skin or products that contain vitamin A on their skin when they are pregnant. Okay, it's just one of those things about vitamin A. So I hope that answers that. So all I'm saying is that this is a man's slot today, so we won't be talking about the women and pregnant women. Yeah, the aloe hand soap. You know, aloe loves your skin, absolutely loves your skin. So it's a product that you can use for the whole family. What I say with really young children is that you take the aloe soap and you pop it into maybe their bath water, you swirl it around in the bath water, and that's how they use the product on your really, really young children. But yes, absolutely a multi-purpose product that everybody can use. The R3 factor, yes, the R3 factor is the best way to use that, because it contains AHAs, is to use it underneath your moisturizer. Okay, so you put your R3 factor on first of all, and you can use your R3 factor every single day if you want to. But generally speaking, what I say about the R3 factor, it's the kind of product that, you know, if you're somebody that you feel like you've got things stuck to your face, and that could be, sounds awful, doesn't it? But it could be people that maybe live in the city, and the amount of pollution around, or they're around an area, they have a job that there is more pollution around, and you feel like you've been in contact with stuff from the atmosphere that's sticking to your skin. The R3 factor is just the most amazing product to pop on, and then put your moisturizer on top every day. But generally speaking, those kind of products, you wouldn't need to be using them every day. You'll probably use them 2 to 3 times a week, like I said. What else can I see? Yes, Mike, you can use the new serum with the infinite range. The great thing about our products is that they can definitely mix and match. The Gentleman's Pride is suitable for all skin types. Yes, you can use the Infinite Complex, which is the supplement. You can definitely enjoy using that alongside the new hydrating serum rather than the Infinite serum. Absolutely fine for that. So I think, let me just see if there's any more questions. Yeah, I think I've answered everything for now. So if you think of anything else, just pop your questions down. Oh, hang on, there's one more here. Sorry, guys, there's 2 more here. I just found a few more. Is the serum under a moisturizer and protective day lotion? Right, okay. So what you're going to do is you're going to put your serum, whether it's the Infinite serum or the new hydrating serum that we don't have quite yet, you put that on first, and then you put your moisturizer on top of that. But then the question is, and the protective day lotion. Now, this is totally your choice. You can use the protective day lotion as just a moisturizer on its own. So you'd put your serum on, and then you'd put your protective day lotion on top. Okay, you can do that. Or you can use your moisturizer and then your protective day lotion on top. That is entirely up to you. What I like to do is, when I'm using the protective day lotion, then I will put my serum on. What I do is I put my serum on, and then I put on my moisturizer. It can vary between the Infinite one and the Sonia one. I like to really play around with my products. And then on top of that, I put the protecting day lotion on top of that. So that's what I do. I kind of layer it. So I've got 3 things. And then when it comes to, if you feel like you've been out in the sun and you've overdone things in the sun, that one of the best things to use on your skin is this is once again is a little tip for you, is that if you take the aloe lotion, the aloe lotion that we've already mentioned, and then you take the aloe first. And if you take the aloe first spray, there's a little gap at the top, about this big. And what you can do is you can get the aloe lotion and you can squirt some of the aloe lotion into the aloe first bottle, okay? And then what you do is you shake it before you use, and you can literally spray all over your body to cool and calm your skin if you feel like you've overdone things in the sun. I used to live in Spain, and that's what I used to use every single day after I've been in the sun, came out the shower, and I'd literally put it all over as like a cooling body spray. So absolutely fantastic. If you keep it in the fridge, it keeps it nice and cool. Obviously we have our aloe vera jelly, but if you want to kind of deal with big parts of the body, or guys as well, but you know, once again, remember our products are really, really multi-purpose. And I think that's it. Okay, well, the sun is out, so don't forget to go and put on your sunscreen or your protecting day lotion. And guys, you know, try some new products, enjoy mixing and matching. And I hope with the information that I've shared today that you can share the love with our products with your loved ones, with your fathers, your grandfathers, etc. So have a great week, everybody, and I look forward to catching up with you very, very soon. Take care.